Welcome back to the channel, guys. The time has finally come for us to tackle our cabover project, Hank. We have teamed up with our friends at 4 State Trucks. Brian, the boss man, Martin, and that whole crew has been a huge help to the channel. And I hit them up. I was like, hey, we've got this really cool project coming. You guys definitely are going to want to be involved. And they said, let us know what you need, Bruce. And they've got us set up with a whole slew of awesome parts for this truck. We've got a big plan for this thing, and we'll be revealing what that plan is in about a week and a half. You all are definitely going to want to be paying attention for this. Comment down below if you have any guesses. We don't plan on putting this one to work. We plan on maybe letting someone else put this truck to work. That's the only hint we're going to give. But we've got new tires and wheels. All the electric trucks we got, we took a set of them tires and wheels off one of them, which had like 5,000 miles, and we took them over here to our friend Chris at Mirror Shine Polishing? What?
Mirror polishing.
Mirror Polish. Something. Our buddy Chris that does polishing here in town. He got them all polished up, looking fresh. They are Bridgestone matching steers and fronts, 22.5 low pro. It's going to look good on the truck. We've got some half fenders, Vendetta half fenders from 4 States, lug nut covers, all kinds of stuff, new horns for the top of the cab. We have a lot of stuff. But first things first, top it off. We've got a brand new aluminum fifth wheel going to go on this thing. It's going to be a sweet classic truck with kind of a newer style and twist to it. When we bought the truck, it had these Yokohama trailer tires on it, is what I'd call them. I mean, I guess they could be used as drives, but they're more of a trailer tire. They're not in the best shape, and we don't want to put this on a truck that, I better be careful, I'm going to give it away, what we're doing with this thing. So we need to stack these tires and wheels up right here for now. We're going to kind of inspect a few things, check the brakes on it right quick, and we'll work on putting this fifth wheel on it. What do you say, Ryan? Kind of excited. This thing's going to turn out really nice. We've got a deck plate to go on it. We sent Chris brand new fuel tanks to get them polished. We'll have those sometime this week. This truck is going to go together this week. I want it Friday, this thing rolling out the door, ready to rip. That's our plan. So let's get these tires and wheels off of it. We'll get the new ones swapped on there, and then we'll get the fifth wheel off. We got to cut all of this ugliness out of here, and what we're going to do is bend the frame downward and go ahead and give it that factory pitch. So we'll make a nice little cut right here, bring it down. Yeah. Let's get to it. So guys, we've got a couple of tires put on there. I'm starting to notice a few things that I really like about the truck. So this thing's got brand new drums on this front axle, all new brake shoes, brand new shocks, airbags are all brand new, Continentals. And the same on the rear axle. The drums are also brand new and brand new brakes. So like everything back here has been completely refurbished and gone through. The guys have got the fifth wheel ready to come out of here, I think, right? We're gonna get this last wheel and tire put on here. We'll get this fifth wheel put on here. So while Lake is doing that, I was back here because we gotta get rid of this thing, this stuff. I'm not the happiest about this. So I'm gonna have to break out the torch and try to be careful and mindful of our airbags here and get this big old piece of metal cut out of here. And I've got our wiring harness for our brake and tail lights there and reverse lights cut out. And we're going to get rid of all this because we've got a nice brand new TRUX center panel to go back here, like what we like to use on a lot of our stuff. We like TRUX lighting too, great stuff there. And we've got a new air leveling valve. This one looks like it got hot by someone else's torch from last time. So let's get our new one out of the box and see if it's the same. All right, we've got an Automen keeping trucks moving leveling valve here from 4 State. I think this is going to be the right one, I hope. Dude, looks exactly like it, doesn't it? We'll just have to swap out that leveling doohickey there. But that one's kind of bent up, so it might be better that we use this one or something. I'm not sure, but looks same. We can get this one put on there. We got some fittings and other stuff right here in the box, looks like, some hardware. It's like a golf tee. What the heck is that thing? Huh, interesting. Oh, it must be like a tool to find like perfect center. Interesting. All right. Well, let's get this unbolted. What I want to do is get it unbolted and lay it out of the way, maybe, so that I can get in here with the torch and cut this thing out. And we can get this thing right here unbolted. And I need to get hold of our buddy, old Brian Burke, and see about getting, or you know what, maybe we have one out there on one of them parts trucks.
Maybe.
Is getting the rear piece that goes back here on the frame and kind of connected everything. We need to go out there and look for that. While Lake's doing that, let's go check and see if we can get the rear panel back here on one of our trucks out back. Ow! How did that happen? All right, so here's what we're talking about, guys. See how the frame slopes down right here? That is what we need that other one to do. So with ours going straight, I'm just going to make a template, and we'll take a straight cut with the torch, bend this down, and then weld it back. And a lot of you can be like, oh, Bruce, you can't do that. Well, that's how they do it from the factory. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, there's a weld right inside here. So we need to get this back cover off, and we need it to fit on that frame. And then our center panel should bolt right up inside there, almost perfect. So we need to get some tools, get this off of here, and then we'll come out here with a piece of cardboard, make a template out of that, and we can make that same main cuts on the frame inside there, and it'll look just like this one when we're done. Alright guys, so we got the whole truck in here now. Figured that'd make things easier. Lake, you want to grab some impacts? Looks like maybe a 17. We'll get this rear piece off here, then we'll mold the side of that with our cardboard and get this thing ready to go on here. Lake got the front tires put on this thing to rest away the bumper we pulled off. My buddy Chris, like I was telling you earlier, did the polishing, took it to his house. He's going to polish that chrome or I think it's a stainless. It might be a chrome plated bumper. Anyhow, he's going to get it all polished up and looking brand new. We want to keep the classic look of the truck. We're not really changing anything on the front, not changing any of the lights. We are putting new horns on it because they don't work like at all, and there's some new ones in the box. But for now, our goal today is to get the back of this truck looking fresh. All right, guys, we've got some cardboard cut, and Lake helped me do it, and we should be, ooh, we got to go down a little bit more, don't we? Just about on the money right there at that other one. Yeah, we need to come down. We almost need like a straight edge or something to like put a perfect mark in that thing. So, get our template made. We'll make the same exact cut on the other frame with the torch, and we'll be ready to rip. And we can get the piece we removed, which is right there, installed on the other frame. All right, well, let's find something we can make a perfect mark that's the same height as this down the frame there. See how it's a little high?
Well, you should have cut the cardboard out long first so that it's flat.
Well, I've got it sitting with that right there, so that should help us keep it where it needs to be. So right here is roughly what it's going to look like. It doesn't look like much because it really isn't. So we'll get this marked, and then I've got some measurements. We'll double check everything. So this says we got 6 1/8, so let's measure from there to there. An eighth, roughly there. Now let's double check our work here. Oh baby! And then we know that this is the top, so we need to measure from how far back from right here is roughly 11 inches. I think is what we came up with.
Yep.
If I can get that to stay. Lake, we hold that right there. There, 11 inches is going to come back. I guess we can go up to the top. Right there. All right. I think that's on the money.
Looks good.
So really, we just need to come right here. We got a square somewhere, don't we? Do we have one here yet, or is it at their shop? Good question. Let's find something that's straight and metal, and we'll make a boom there, make a cut on that side, get rid of that thing in the middle. We'll get that plate to slide in here, drill some holes, weld her up. Oh, we don't have our welder plug here till tomorrow.
At least we can get it cut.
At least we can get it cut and ready to be welded. Dang. That's all right. We'll get it cut and ready to be welded. So we've got everything marked and right where it needs to be cut. I'm almost wondering, yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut it today. I'm not going to wait. Hopefully we got enough gas. While I'm doing that, like, grab an impact and let's get this leveling valve unbolted. Probably looks like a 7/16 and get it pulled up there out of the way. So we're not worried about melting anything. And we got to find something to cover the airbags. I don't know what, but we're going to figure it out. But grab something, undo that. While Lake's doing that, we've got all kinds of goodies right here. More stuff from Four State Trucks. Oh, dude. You guys know how much I love slapping chrome on something. That's what we're about to do, actually. We've got lug nut covers, hub covers. They should be the right ones because we've got the 4-spoke center there. Oh, shoot. I think they are. Do you think they're going to work, Randy? Because it is so easy to get the wrong center caps. Not because of anyone's fault, but just there's so many different types. Boom. There you go. One done, one down. We got 60 lifetime nut cover hub covers for this thing. These are like the same lug nut covers we use on every single project. So we got all those to go on everywhere all the way around, and you guys know the deal. We only use real wheel hub covers on the rear. Yeah. And I think these are hopefully the ones with the foam. Yes, we love the foam ones. The pulling truck had the ones with the clamps. They work, but they're not the easiest to deal with. So this is just going to tie in the whole look of the truck and just make it look so clean. It's just a clean, simple cover. I don't like putting plastic covers on stuff. I just think that looks kind of cheap. Boom, boom, boom. Do the old 1-2 twister on a root. Boom. That already looks way more gooder. Is that how you say it? Better or gooder? All right. Let's get the rest of these hub covers put on here. Lake's finishing that up. We'll get that cut. Get the aluminum fifth wheel set on there. And then over here, we've got brackets for our half fenders. We've got, what is this? Oh, we've got some big boy mud flap hangers in here. Because we got drill holes for that. Boom. Right here we've got a TRUX center light panel to go on the back. Slapping chrome on it, as everybody would say, right? Yep. Last but not least, got to top her off with the Chrome Shop Mafia mud flaps. And then up here, the coolest thing. So these are OEM Peterbilt Packet Klaxon, if I said that right, horns. These are the real deal. The real deal. These are not no knockoff. Again, everything for the truck here is from Four State, guys. They stock all. Look at those boys. Classic looking, real deal. Hopefully they're the right ones. Oh boy. So we'll probably either jack the cab up and lean it forward to install these. Does it look like they're the right ones from here, Ryan? Pretty close, ain't it? I think so. No matter what, we'll make them work. Right?
Yeah.
Hadley, however you want to say that. On top of all that goody goodness, once we get the fuel tanks remounted, that was a little loud, sorry for everyone's ears. We've got a Merit deck plate that will go from the whole length of this boy It's gonna look really good. Let me get something to cut it open. Dude, it's like Christmas every day around this joint, you know? So this is a really cool deck plate. I met the guys at Merit at the Mid-America Truck Show. And the way they designed this thing is it comes in a box real simple like this. All kinds of mounting brackets, but these, well, it's the same thing that's on Brutus, on Business Expense, the pull truck. These sit right down in here just like that. And they all slide together with runners that run the whole length of the inside of the frame here. So it's going to look real good once it's all put together. But we can't install this until we get the fuel tank brackets relocated and reinstalled. So one thing at a time, even though I want to open everything up and do everything all at once. So there you have it, guys. Our torch tip is shot. We've been meaning to replace it for a while, but you can kind of get the gist where you see the gap in here. This piece of metal is going to bend down, but it's not as simple as smacking it with a hammer because this is some seriously hardened steel. So we're going to have to heat it up and bend it down, but I don't want to do any of that until we get the rest of this tubing cut out here. This was not the easiest thing to cut out because it's welded in there in all kinds of a tight place. So I want to get a good new torch tip to make some nice clean cuts. We didn't hurt our airbags. We did ruin a glove, but $10 pair of gloves compared to a $100 or $200 set of airbags, definitely a wise investment there. So yeah, there's not much more we can do right now until we go to Tractor Supply and get another torch tip to continue cutting. But one thing we can do is go ahead and replace this fifth wheel and continue on with the video and getting a few things done. And we'll have to continue more fabrication once the welder gets wired up tomorrow. So, you guys got all the lug nuts on? We got a couple spares? What? Are you sure you didn't miss a wheel?
Yeah.
Because there's 10 lug nuts in here. They're all on. Are you sure? All right, you say so. Well, there you have it. Let's get this fifth wheel off of here. We'll get our aluminum one on here. Oh, already got the airline off too, dang.
Been waiting on you.
Shoot. That was the longest and hardest thing I've had to cut in a long time. But it's going to be worth it with that plate back there. I guess I'll go get the forklift. Oh, no. You want to just hook it somewhere? Yeah, that might work. I don't know. Get this thing picked up off of here and I don't know, fellas. You got it hooked a little too far forward. That cook is about to fall off. Talking about the one on my side. We gotta get that special tool that's made for like hooking right in these and pulling them off. Or we need to make one. Well, there's nothing wrong with this fifth wheel. If anyone needs it, hit us up at fcrsalvage.com. Really wishing I had one of them special fifth wheel tools right about now. But we're gonna friggin' make it work. We'll move it around once we get it on there. Boom. thing already looks like $1 million. On judging by the other one, it needs to go like probably this bolt hole needs to go right there. What's wrong? You just hit your weenie?
Well, I rested it on it.
Oh, is it hot?
Hot as
It's hot as what? All right. Let's slide it forward while Ryan worries about his weenie. Oop. One more. Yep, right there. What are we doing this for? We got a pry bar, don't we? All right. Where's your bolts at? You went and got them.
Here, if you put it right here.
I got mine's lined up right here. Just grab those and we'll do like we did on the other Cabover. This thing's gonna look sweet. Talk about a game changer on looks, ain't it? I keep forgetting you're not mic'd up. People don't have to worry about old Herbert. You don't even know what I'm referring to. Do you?
No.
Herbert from Family Guy?
I don't understand. You want popsicle?
You want a popsicle?
You like popsicles? Well, sure.
Ooh. Well, that didn't work like I thought it would. Hang on. Let's not use our good backs. How about now? This is like reminiscing. Doing this stuff is like reminding me of like
Dade City Business.
yeah, working on blue collar. Which way do we need to go? Forward. There you go. How have we got lucky? This being the second fifth wheel we put on something, all the bolt holes line up perfectly. Granted, this is another Peterbilt it's going on, but still. Well, we'll get these things bolted down. Yeah. You want to grab one side, maybe?
Grab it?
Yeah, I got it.
No.
All right. So I want to show you guys. We're going to see what these fenders look like sitting up here. Oh, we don't want to scratch them. Dang, Daniel, look at that. We already know they're going to look real good. Probably stand it up like that. Got it? Hold it up like that. All right. Bring her down. It's going to look good. All right, now we got to flip her without getting hurt. Just set her up there. Dang, old son. A little bit of shipping scratches, we can buff that out, no big deal. Yeah, man, she's gonna look good. Comment down below, guys. What do you think of this thing so far? Are we doing all the right stuff with the smaller fuel tanks, half fenders, keeping the classic look? All these holes we're gonna weld up. Can somebody kill that dang scooter? Jeez. I bought this tool off Amazon, right? Because we want to weld these holes up. Frankly, any holes in the frame that are not needed. And what this does is it gives you like a, I think it's like brass, copper. No, I don't think that's copper because is it copper? Are you sure?
It's brass.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, it's gonna go inside the frame. Boom. So then you can weld that hole without any metal falling through the back of it. So we're gonna do that to all these bolt holes on the frame, get them looking freaky fresh. And then we'll be able to mount our fuel tank brackets. So as soon as we get these tanks back on Wednesday, we'll be able to kind of get a rough idea where they're gonna go, get our fuel hangers mounted, and then we can weld all these holes up. And then once we get the deck, I guess we can go and maybe kind of get the deck plate set in there. Let's do that. Because everything's where it's gonna be basically. Just a matter of like putting these together. So we can go ahead and put the deck plate together. We got a lot of that stuff to do. Oh, remember how I was telling you guys this deck plate is like a modular design, so they slide just like that right there. This whole thing slides together. These guys were geniuses when they designed this because they could take something that's big and put it in a box just like that. I guess we can stack it that way, right? Maybe. There we go. And then, being that it's like real decent aluminum, we can just cut it to go around anything on the frame. And it goes together like that. Oh, that's so loud. So loud. It's his first time putting a deck plate together.
Yep.
This reminds me of like Connect 4. It's like a guillotine. I've seen the guys, some other guys, when they put these things together, they'll also like put them all together and then paint them. That looks kind of cool too, so.
You gonna paint them?
No. I call Chris up and be like, hey, I need you to polish this. Dude, he would like, yeah. It would be such a pain. He'd ruin all the wheels, all the polishing wheels would get burnt.
They'd come back with the piece being flat.
Right.
Could you imagine this thing polished? It would actually look pretty good.
I know, but it'd be way easier to paint it.
Paint it some.
What are we doing wrong here? Or is that it?
That one's in backwards.
It's in backwards?
Pretty sure 2 of them are.
Nuh-uh.
This one's in backwards.
What?
But you know what you're doing.
Do they stack in together?
I think they do.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I really don't know what I'm talking about.
But he's got it right.
No, they don't. Are you sure?
I feel like they
Maybe
do.
we should read the instructions. Dang it, you're right. Be right back. These things interlock together like that. And then they go in. So after all of our hard work, here you go. I'm gonna stand her up. We can put 2 in, then stack another one, and keep stacking.
Just put it on one side.
I'll just do both.
You won't be able to if you gotta go on from the side.
Well, we just won't let it all the way down, homie. Oh. Turn it. It's gonna have like 20-minute clip of us putting a deck plate together. Jesus. All right. All right, we got deck plate number 2 put together. 1's on there. Look at that. Looking fresh. There we go. Boom. So, we knew this would happen, right? We knew that there would be a gap up here and stuff we need to adjust with this transmission. So, I originally was going to have about 8 inches or so of the deck plate slid forward. We're still going to do that, but just kind of giving you guys a rough mock-up of the direction where this cabover is going, right? I think it's going to look sweet. What do you think? You're not mic'd up? Right. All right. Well, that's enough with Hank the Cabover today. We're going to get a truck, another truck I bought for Salvage, unload it off my trailer right quick, and go over that. And if anyone's interested in the parts, you guys know what to do. So let's clean up this mess and then get the trailer unloaded. All right, folks. FCR Salvage in full effect. You need used truck parts, you come to us. You need new truck parts, hit up 4 State Trucks. Ooh, you like what I did there? No mic. It's so weird, Ryan not giggling.
Yeah, I like it without.
You like it without?
I think later.
Probably. There we go. All right. Boom, man.
Sold my soul to a beautiful stranger, but at least I got buried alone. Always knew I was gonna get knocked out. I ain't got no grudge to hold. I can feel it, how you need it, telling me to stop living. Some things won't stay in the shadows, so summon your ghost now. I don't care what you're doing, I don't care if you need it, I just know what I'm losing. I don't wanna be dead anymore. I don't care what you're doing, I don't care if you need it, I don't believe.
All right, I think this is where we're gonna start putting like the trucks that we know have good engines for them to start coming out. Right about here. Just very carefully. Gotta watch that oil pan doesn't get hurt. So guys, this particular truck is an X15 Cummins 400 horsepower. The engine is supposed to be good. Obviously the truck was wrecked pretty bad. Something right off the rip, you got that see-through transmission. Boom. But just because the transmission's cracked in half does not mean like the shift module and all these computers on board are not reusable. So we had a lot of bad feedback. We gotta do a different sound of these beepers. I say a lot of bad feedback. A lot of people weren't happy with our video of how we tore that other truck apart. Guys, if we stop to consider every single thing in one of these trucks, we're not gonna be making any money. We're here after the big ticket items on a truck that is that destroyed. Maybe we could have saved the window. Probably should have, but we like to have a little bit of fun too. We're still getting into this game. My ideas right now as the new business starting out, if we start nickel and diming every little truck as a new business, we're gonna take off really slow. I wanna get in here and get these engines out, get these engines moving, and build capital for my business so that we can go out and just start buying every single truck I come across. So if that means we have to stop and spend 45 minutes to pull a window out of a truck to sell for $100, we're making like 20 or 30 bucks at the end of the day. It's not really, I'm not saying it's not worth the effort and time, but it makes more sense to spend more time just getting the big ticket items out, getting them sold. And something like that truck we tore apart was completely destroyed. The only thing good on it really was the engine and transmission, as of course, to some extent. The modules and the dash, all the wiring, it had all been wet and contaminated after sitting outside on a lot for a year. So no point in trying to save the electronics. This truck, on the other hand, has had the engine covered. It has been sitting outside for about a month or so. The cab was salvageable, and they, over there at FCR where we bought it, get off of that for a minute. Over at FCR where we bought this chassis from, obviously it was kind of a shorter truck. The cab was taken off and salvaged, and the rest of the truck we ended up buying. So transmission bad, but we're going to try to get this engine pulled. I did order a wiring harness that should give us the ability to plug and play. So once we have the engine out, we can just hook up a few fuel lines. And I plan on rigging up some kind of a system to start these engines out of the truck. So we can say, okay, they've got a good bill of health. We can hook them up to the computer, say how many miles and how many hours are on them. Because with Cummins, all the information is stored in the ECM right here. With the Detroit engines, all the information is stored in the modules and the dash and stuff like that. So this truck has a lot of good parts, lots of DEF stuff. Looks like someone's already maybe swapped the DEF module out. So maybe not a good DEF module, but I see lots of good things. I would say this fuel tank's good, but at the scene of the accident, someone drilled a hole in it. So it might could be welded up and used for something again, but I don't think so. Yeah. Rear end, it may have one good rear axle right here. We've got basically brand new Cooper tires on it, all aluminum wheels. I think this rear end's definitely good. So this is probably an international truck if I had to guess. I'm pretty sure it's international. It's got a APU over here. See right here, you guys are probably going to criticize what I'm doing over there, but this is a factory cut and welded frame piece right here. But over here, we've got a Thermo King, what are we going to call this? APU. It looks good. We can probably get it fired up just by hooking a jump box to it and maybe throwing some diesel to it. So something else. We may spend, comment down below, do we spend some time? And I think we will give you guys a full video on like getting the APU started, getting the engine started. Gotta get that transmission off of it first, because the last thing we need is that thing spinning around and causing more damage. And going through this chassis and seeing what all we can salvage off of it, slowly and carefully. Well guys, I'd say it's a wrap for today's video. Hope you enjoyed the progress we're making on Hank. I'm super pumped for what we're gonna be doing with this truck. I'm sure many of you can put some conclusions together. We've got all kinds of things going to be coming out soon, new merch in the merch stores. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe if you're new here, comment down below, and go to check out 4 State Trucks for any of the truck parts you need. And huge shout out to them for helping us make trucks great again and bringing back the classics. This thing is going to look so good with these new polished tanks and all the more parts come on it soon. See you guys later. Check out 4 State Trucks in the description below. Peace.